Bharat Group of Schools and Colleges, Standard 6th, Subject English, Part 1, Lesson 3.3, Stone Soup. Here are the characters in the lesson: Motiram, Sonabai, Hirabai, Rupabai, and the traveller. Motiram is a farmer. He had a good farm produce that year. He doesn't like others to know how well his crops have grown because he does not like to entertain unwanted guests. He is very rude to the unwanted guest. The next character is Sonabai. She is a farmer's wife. Her husband's farm has good farm produce. She too does not like uninvited guests. She is clever at making excuses. Hirabai is too a farmer's wife. She does not like to waste good food and money on others. She is also good at making excuses. Rupabai. She is a simple lady. She is not as well to do as her neighbors. She is not as clever in making excuses as her neighbors. She usually speaks the truth. The character traveller is a very important character here in the lesson. He is poor and footsore and hungry, but he is very clever. He manages to get the villagers to contribute something or the other to the soup he makes. When the traveller heard the opinion of the villagers about the unwanted, uninvited guest, he felt it was very tough for him to ask from these villagers for the shelter and rest for a night. But he did not lose hope. He first knocked the door of Motiram. When Motiram opened the door, the traveller asked Motiram for some food and a place to rest for the night. But Motiram rudely answered that the dinner was over and there was nothing left. Traveller went to the next door to Sonabai. He knocked the door. Sonabai came out. He asked for the food and a corner to rest for the night. But Sonabai, putting her hand behind her ear and pretending to be hard of hearing, foodward as wood, and said, "Wood, you will get plenty in the forest. Find a fallen tree and chop all the wood that you need," and shut the door. Traveller understood. Then he went to the next door to Hirabai. The traveller asked Hirabai for food to eat and a place to rest for the night. Hirabai pretended as if she could not understand traveller's language and spoke some words which the traveller could not understand, like Ogyava, Ondof, Danaon, Tresrof, Enuyana Era. The traveller could not understand Hirabai's language. He moved on to the next door to Rupabai. The traveller asked Rupabai for food and a corner to rest for the night. But Rupabai thought for a while and answered that her ladder of food was empty and even she was hungry and there was nothing in the house left to eat. But the traveller said he could prepare something for both of them. But the Rupabai gave the excuse that the ladder was empty and there was nothing to offer. Traveller said he just wanted a cooking pot, a spoon, and some water, and he had a magic stone in his bag. Rupabai gave the traveller a pot full of water. The traveller collected the wood and made a fire and put the pot on the fire and a stone in the pot, and he sat down as if sniffing and pretending to enjoy the aroma of the soup. Rupabai was very surprised and very eager to see a magic stone that makes a soup. After some time, he turned to Rupabai and asked if there were potatoes, it would give more taste. Rupabai went inside the house and bought two peeled potatoes and they put in the soup and stirred it and sat down for the soup. After some time, the traveler turned and said if there were carrot and tomatoes, the soup would have tempting colors. Sonabai and Hirabai heard this and they bought the tomatoes and carrot, whatever they had, and they gave it to the traveler. They put them in the soup and stirred it and sat down. All were very curious to see how the stone prepares the soup. Is it really a magic? They wanted to see all this. After some time, the traveler said it reminded him about the soup he made some time ago, in which he added just a few beans, onions, piece of ginger, and what flavor he had. And this all was heard by Motiram. Motiram came out and he said, "This is a golden chance which I would not miss." And he bought all these things and gave it to the traveler. The traveler added all this and prepared the soup. Rupabai bought salt, pepper, and bowls. Traveler adds the salt and stirs it and serves the soup to everyone. All had the soup, and after that, Rupabai said it was wonderful, good taste, fresh vegetables. Sonabai said, unbelievable, the soup was made with stone. Motiram said, delicious vegetable soup that made with a stone. Hirabai said, what happened to the stone? Does it melt away? The traveler smiled and the traveler said, the stone remains the same. He removed the stone from the pot and said, have you guessed the secret of the stone soup? He smiled and said that the soup can be made without the stone also. Bharat Group of Schools and Colleges, Standard 6th, Subject English Grammar, Part 2, Present Tense and its Types. Simple present tense is used to show action, custom, routine or habit, to express fact and in exclamatory sentences. Example, the girl plays with a football. She teaches. It plays. When the subject is singular, we write root form of verb plus s or es. When the subject is plural, we do not add s, es, ies to the verb. The girls play with a ball. I play with a ball. Verbs change forms according to the time of action. Main verb are eat, drink, play, sing, etc. Auxiliary verb be is in the form of is, am, are, was, were, and have with has, have, had, will have, shall have. Let's see one example. I am reading the newspaper. I is the subject. Am is the auxiliary verb. Reading is the main verb. The newspaper is an object or a predicate. Let's see the formula to make a negative sentence in present tense. Your subject is there, plus you have to add do or does, plus not as a negative part, plus the base form of the verb. Example, the girl does not play with a ball. Here the girl is a subject, does is added according to the formula, plus not, plus play is the base form of the verb, and ball is an object. Next, for yes and no question, the interrogative sentence is formed with First, you should have do or does in the sentence in the beginning, plus subject plus base form of the verb. For example, now, does the girl play with a ball? Here, does according to the formula plus the subject is the girl plus base form of the verb is play, then the rest of the sentence with the ball as an object. For question type, we add why, when, how, what, whose we write. First, to frame the questions in the simple and present tense, question word will come. Then we have do or does. Then we have subject. And then we have root form of the verb. For example, where does she go for the tuition classes? Where, question word, do or does, she the subject, and then rest of the sentence. Next is present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense to talk about something that is happening at the moment of speaking. Observe the chart of present continuous tense. I with am, he, she, it with is as singular form plus verb ing should be added, and you, we, they are added with are as you, we, they are plural form. Are plus verb and ing. Here there are many examples of present continuous tense. Like subject, you have I, you, we, they, he, she, it. And to be means you have to add the verb like am, are, is. And verb, that is play, and it is added with ing everywhere. And the object of the sentence is football. Here are a few examples. I am. When there is I, you have to use am. I am playing football. You are playing football. We are playing football. They are playing football. He is, as he is singular, so is he is playing football. She is playing football. Sam is the name, that is singular again. Sam is playing football. Part present continuous negative sentence to be made. You have a subject plus to be, that is you have to add verb according to the subject. Then you have to add not plus verb plus object. As we have done previous, I am playing football. In the negative sentence, it will be I am not playing football. You are not playing football. We are not playing football. They are not playing football. He is not playing football and she is not playing football. Now, present continuous question form. In the formula, you should have to be, then you should have subject, then you should have verb with ing, and then the rest of the object. For example, it was I am playing football. Here in the next part, you will change it to am I. The am verb, auxiliary verb will come to the first place, and then the subject will come, then the base form of the verb with ing, and then the object. Present perfect tense is used to show action that has just been completed. Present perfect tense is expressed with have, has plus past participle. Subject I, you, they, we is with the helping verb have and the past participle. And she, he, it is with the singular is added with has plus past participle. Here are some examples. For example, I have eaten an apple. I is a subject, have plus past participle eaten, and then the object an apple. In the same manner, in the singular section, he has eaten an apple. He is a subject singular and has, and eaten is an past participle and apple is an object. I, you, we, they are the forms where have is used, and he, she, it and the proper noun where has is used. In a negative sentence, we write have or has plus not plus past participle form of verb. Here are some negative examples. I have not played, you have not played, he has not played, she has not played, it has not played. In the plural form we have we haven't played, you haven't played, they haven't played. In interrogative present perfect tense, we write have has before the subject plus past participle form of verb. Here are few examples like have I closed, have you spoken, has he brushed, have you given, where have is first, then the subject, and then the past participle. Present perfect continuous tense or present perfect progressive tense is used to describe an action which began in the past and is still going on. Here are the examples like subject I, we, he, you, and you have to add have or has plus been plus with the verb ing. For example, I have been working, he has been working. And when you make it negative, I have not been working, he has not been working. And in the interrogative form, have I been working or has he been working?